Good evening, welcome back to Glisten News. Our first story today is a sad one. A plane crash in São Paulo, Brazil, has killed all 58 passengers and 4 crew members on board. The Vopaz flight from Cascavel, Paraná, to São Paulo City crashed in Vinhedo. Footage shows the plane descending vertically, spiraling as it fell. Fortunately, no injuries were reported on the ground. Moving on, Zimbabwe's opposition claims the nation is paying a high price for hosting the SADC summit, diverting scarce funds from essential services to impress visiting leaders. The government has intensified crackdowns on dissent, with arrests and alleged torture of activists. Critics argue this is to prevent protests during the summit and bolster President Mnangagwa's image amid growing isolation and domestic challenges. Marodi Chilota, former PA to Ace Magashaw, has been extradited from the US to face corruption charges related to the $255 million Free State asbestos contract. Her lawyer, Piet Tibane, insists she is not a fugitive and will apply for bail in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court on Monday. President Cyril Ramaphosa paid tribute to South African women on Women's Day, highlighting their resilience and contributions to building the nation. Speaking in Pofada, Northern Cape, he commemorated the historic 1956 march against apartheid pass laws and reflected on the progress made since. He emphasized the ongoing challenges women face, particularly in poverty and inequality, and reaffirmed the government's commitment to improving women's lives through economic empowerment, education, and land ownership initiatives. Ramaphosa stressed the importance of women's active participation in the economy for the country's development. The Africa Centre for Disease Control (CDC) has raised concerns over the increasing Mpox cases across the continent. During an online briefing, Director General Dr. Jean Kaseya highlighted that all 5 regions of Africa are now affected, with 6 new countries reporting cases in the last 5 days. The Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC) is particularly impacted, with 60% of cases in children under 15, largely due to sexual transmission. Dr. Kaseya stressed the urgency of managing the outbreak, citing challenges like insecurity, inadequate global attention, and limited vaccines. The Africa CDC is working to secure 10 million vaccine doses, starting with 200,000. He emphasized the need for equitable access to vaccines and suggested that climate change might be contributing to the spread of the disease, calling for a One Health approach to address the crisis. Zanu PF Information Secretary Chris Mutsvangwa has criticized South African opposition leader Julius Malema for interfering in Zimbabwe's internal matters. This follows Malema's call for Zimbabwean news to rise against President Emmerson Mnangagwa's administration and prevent any attempts to extend his rule beyond the constitutional limit. In response, Mutsvangwa questioned Malema's credibility, pointing out that the EFF leader had recently lost an election in South Africa and suggested that Malema is trying to revive his political fortunes by meddling in Zimbabwe's affairs. Interest rate expectations in the US have shifted to anticipating rapid cuts, with 3 sizable cuts possibly before year-end. This follows weaker than expected jobs data and rising unemployment. The rand in South Africa could benefit from US rate cuts, but local rate cut projections remain unchanged. Markets expect the SARB to cut rates slowly, starting with 25 basis points in September and November. A delay in South Africa's cuts could strengthen the rand, benefiting inflation. However, cutting rates too early or aggressively could weaken the rand and worsen inflation. Akani Simbine delivered an outstanding performance, anchoring South Africa's 4x100 meters relay team from 5th to 2nd place at Stade de France, securing a silver medal and an African record with a time of 37.57 seconds. This achievement marks Simbine's first major medal in his illustrious career, having narrowly missed out in previous 100 meters finals, including a 4th place finish by just 1/100th of a second earlier in the week. The team, comprising Schoolboy Bayinda Valaza, Sean Maswanganyi, Bradley Kawana, and Zimbabwe, displayed exceptional teamwork. Valaza, despite initial nerves, led with a strong start, followed by impressive runs from Maswanganyi and Kawana before Zimbabwe's electrifying final leg. Zimbabwe expressed his joy and gratitude, dedicating the medal not only to South Africa, but to everyone who supported him throughout his career. This silver is South Africa's first Olympic medal at the 4x100 meters relay, and the country's first major competition medal since the 2017 World. Finally, the 2024-25 Premier League season will kick off on August 17, 2024, and run through May 25, 2025, with all 380 games confirmed. The league will not have a mid-season break this year, as the Premier League aims to give players a longer summer rest instead of a short winter break. All matches will be available live on NBC's platforms. Leicester City, Ipswich Town, and Southampton have been promoted to the Premier League, while Sheffield United, Burnley, and Luton Town have been relegated. Fans can start planning their weekends around the fixtures, knowing that the final match day will feature all 10 games kicking off simultaneously. That is all we had for you tonight. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more news.